Breakthrough for scientists after they had a 20-minute conversation with a humpback whale.
Deep under the ocean, whales have been speaking in a structured language more ancient than ours. For decades we called it noise, but now AI has decoded the rhythm, the accents, and even the cultural traditions hidden inside. What they're saying could rewrite everything we know about intelligence on Earth. Deep under the ocean's surface, whales are speaking. For decades, their clicks and pulses echoed through the deep like riddles without answers. Scientists called them codas, patterns of sound too precise to be random, yet too complex to decode. They seemed like scattered pieces of an alien script. But now, with the rise of artificial intelligence, the mystery is unraveling. Researchers with Project CETI have collected more than 50,000 hours of whale sounds, the largest archive in history. When these sounds were fed into powerful AI models, patterns emerged. These clicks weren't noise at all. They were rhythm, tempo, and structure, a possible language as rich as our own. And if whales have been speaking all along, one question rises like a shadow from the deep. What have they been trying to tell us? The first breakthrough came from studying sperm whale codas in the waters of Dominica. These were not chaotic bursts, but repeating signatures, almost like names or passwords whispered through the sea. Calves called to their mothers with one pattern. Pods reunited with another. Some clicks marked dives into the abyss.
For decades, humans tried to map these codes by hand. But no ear, no chart, no human patience was enough to capture the hidden rules. Then came transformer-based AI, the same type of models that decode human language. Suddenly the machines could detect something more: structure. Like vowels and consonants, clicks grouped into units. Like dialects, rhythms shifted between clans. It was as if whales held a phonetic alphabet of their own, passed down through generations. And just when scientists thought they were listening to language, AI revealed something even more astonishing: variation, accents beneath the waves. In Dominica, each family of whales speaks with its own rhythm. A calf spends more than a decade learning the precise tempo and spacing of its unit's dialect, just as a child learns to shape words. Elders repeat the patterns, the young echo them until perfect. These are not instincts, they are culture, handed down generation to generation. AI analysis showed that dialects remain stable for centuries. A single sequence of clicks could identify not only a pod, but an entire bloodline, echoing through time like a family name. Yet dialects are not frozen. When a young male leaves to join another pod, he adapts. Slowly, his clicks bend to the new rhythm, as if adopting a new accent. This plasticity, stability mixed with change, is the signature of true language. But if dialects preserve identity, they also raise a darker question. What happens when outside noise intrudes?
This wasn't mimicry. Scientists didn't simply replay recorded sounds. Instead, AI generated new codas built on the whale's own grammatical rules. These synthetic phrases matched the dialect of the pod being studied, like composing an original sentence in a foreign tongue. The test unfolded off Dominica. Speakers were lowered beneath the boat. A greeting call, a reunion phrase, a social signal, each played into the dark water. For a moment, nothing happened. Then a mother and calf turned toward the sound. Others echoed the rhythm back, altering clicks as if in conversation. For the first time in history, we weren't just listening to whales. We had entered their dialogue. But what exactly did they hear in us? The playback experiments proved something astonishing. Whales didn't just hear our imitation, they engaged. But what if some of their own calls had already been directed at us, and we never understood? As AI combed through recordings, patterns surfaced that carried a different tone. Certain codas, fast, complex, repeated in threes, appeared almost exclusively near shipping lanes and noisy waters. They were absent in quiet seas. Were these warnings, stress signals, or interpod alerts shared like breaking news across the ocean? The evidence grew more unsettling. Similar codas showed up in pods thousands of miles apart, even when the whales had never met. Could whales be building an ocean-wide alert network about human presence? If so, we may have been disrupting, even ignoring a message broadcast for decades.
And if whales are warning each other about us, the question is chilling. What happens if they stop warning and start resisting? While sperm whales send warnings, another species has turned from caution to confrontation. Off the coasts of Spain and Portugal, orcas have stunned sailors by targeting boats. What began in 2020 as curious nudges grew into more than 750 incidents, some ending with vessels sunk. The behavior spread through just 2 family pods, mostly juveniles. Scientists now believe a female named White Gladys suffered a traumatic event with the boat, and others copied her. Soon, they were teaching younger whales. This wasn't random chaos. Before each strike, orcas used whistles that carried miles, followed by synchronized buzzing during the attack. AI analysis revealed these calls were consistent across encounters. Could this be a new dialect of defiance, a language of resistance born from conflict with humans? If sperm whales are diplomats of the deep, then orcas may be its revolutionaries. And revolutions spread fast. The discoveries point to a sobering truth. Whale and orca communication is not just about greetings or family bonds. It may be about survival. AI studies show codas compress information efficiently, almost like shorthand. Whales don't waste time. Every click carries weight. This efficiency could be crucial in noisy oceans where every second counts. But here's the twist. Dialects are drifting. Some pods are altering rhythms and flourishes more quickly than before. Scientists suspect the cause isn't natural evolution, but human pressure. Shipping traffic, drilling, and sonar are forcing whales to adapt their language on the fly. It's like entire cultures rewriting their vocabulary under duress. This means we may be changing a language that's millions of years old without even knowing it. And when communication shifts this quickly, one haunting possibility rises. Are we forcing whales to speak less to each other and more to us? Decoding whale language is a breakthrough that feels almost like science fiction. But with every discovery comes a new question. Should we speak back? Some researchers warn that playback experiments risk confusing or even disturbing the whales. Sending false signals could disrupt their family bonds or hunting patterns. There's also the danger of anthropomorphism. Are we hearing true words, or are we bending patterns into human meaning? The AI models show phonetic alphabets, cultural transmission, and context-driven variation. But the full semantics, the actual meaning of codas, remain out of reach. For now, we know whales respond, but not exactly what they believe we're saying. Still, the possibility is irresistible. If we are on the edge of real interspecies dialogue, then humanity must decide, is this a tool for conservation, or the beginning of a conversation we are not ready for? The closer scientists look, the more whales seem less like distant animals and more like a mirror of us. They use dialects, pass down culture, compress information for efficiency, and adapt under pressure. They even show the beginnings of innovation. Orcas shifting their communication in just a few years, sperm whales altering codas as environments change. But this mirror also reflects something uncomfortable.
Just as human revolutions often begin with shifts in communication, could we be witnessing the same beneath the waves? From whale warnings to orca defiance, the ocean may already be in conversation with itself about us. And if communication is power, then every click and pulse could be more than a call. It could be a decision about survival, about territory, about whether humans are allies or intruders. So the real question becomes, what happens if the ocean decides? The evidence is no longer whispers. Whales carry a phonetic alphabet, dialects as rich as human accents, and codas that shift under pressure. Orcas coordinate strikes with calls no one had heard before 2020. AI has given us ears sharper than ever, yet the hardest truth remains: we are only just beginning to understand. Some scientists believe whales may already be changing their language because of us, compressing, adapting, warning. Others see the rise of orca resistance as a sign that communication is turning into conflict. We thought we were decoding nature. What if we are decoding a verdict? For 50 million years, whales have spoken to one another. Now, for the first time, they are speaking to us. The question is no longer, can we listen? It is, what will we do when the ocean finally answers back?